Coming up on Sports Weekly, we've got the details on the big Heisman Trophy parade and ceremony for quarterback Jayden Daniels out of Cajon High School. And speaking of Cajon, big-time girls water polo match between the Cowgirls and Citrus Valley in CBL play. And speaking of CBL play, the Cajon boys soccer team at home against Yucaipa. The Cowboys looking to stay in first place in the Citrus Belt League standings with a big win at home. And we go from boys soccer to boys basketball. First place on the line in the Ambassador League as the Aquinas boys basketball team hosted rival Arrowhead Christian in a wild game against the Eagles. All that and much more coming up on this edition of Sports Weekly on IEMG, and it starts right now. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the IE Media Group YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. We love bringing you great local sports content here in San Bernardino, and we've got some great stuff coming up, including this Saturday, and we want everyone to know about it. Our own Jayden Daniels from Cajon High School will be back in town this Saturday for a special parade and ceremony at the football stadium to celebrate his Heisman Trophy. The former Cajon High School quarterback who broke all the records in the Southern section had a tremendous season for the LSU Tigers, which ended up resulting in, of course, in that Heisman Trophy. You might have seen some billboards around the city of San Bernardino for the Heisman Trophy winner. So he's coming back home for the big celebration. And of course, the NFL draft will be in a couple months for Jayden. But we want to celebrate him. We want you guys to participate as well. So there's going to be a parade beginning at 10 a.m., starting at Cal State San Bernardino, ending up at Cajon High School. There is a route of the map, so you might want to avoid that area unless you want to park on the side and watch, of course. And then a little bit later in the afternoon at 1:30 p.m. at Cajon High School will be the big homecoming celebration for the Heisman Trophy winner. So again, this Saturday, January 20th, a big day for our Heisman Trophy winner, Jayden Daniels. We will have coverage on IEMG next week, so make sure you tune in to that. All right, right now we're going to keep it at Cajon High School for a big-time water polo battle. So, in the CBL in girls water polo, Yucaipa might be the front runner, but that second and third place is really up for grabs. Cajon, Citrus Valley, Redlands, and Rev are always tough. Beaumont, Beaumont's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun as they finish up league play and go into the league carousel coming up. And Cajon trying to punch their ticket to the playoffs. They were at home, the Cowgirls at home against Citrus Valley. We've got the highlights.
Woo, the Cowgirls!
All right, let's pick up the highlights. In the third quarter, it was a back and forth battle in this one. Cajon Zoe Griego, the penalty shot in the third, and it's all good for Zoe. Citrus Valley back the other way, but Cowgirls netminder Sayla Johnson comes up with a big-time save. The Blackhawks, Lauren Guerrera, long-range goal, and CV goes up by a score of 10-8. I told you it was a close one. Cajon Sophie Mouse this time finds Griego, and a great goal here, and it brings Cajon within a goal. So back and forth seesaw battle. Citrus Valley, here we go again with the Blackhawks. Ava Northcott the goal, and it was 11-9 Blackhawks at that point. Later, the Blackhawks Guerrera with the shot from distance, and it is good. And CV extends its lead to 4 right now. Cajon would answer, though. Great ball movement. Sets up Griego for another Cowgirls score. So both teams swapping goals on both ends. It was a great high-scoring game. Citrus Valley would respond. Guerrera again fires away from deep. Gives the Blackhawks the 13-11 lead. Don't blink. because here's Cajon's Priscilla Cardenas with the goal to make it a 2-goal match again. Cowgirls trailing 14-12. The Cowgirls needing to get some stops to close the gap on Citrus Valley, and Johnson makes a great play in the cage. On the other end, Cardenas finds Moust, and she goes top shelf right in the corner there for the goal. Cajon pulls within one, 14-13. With about 3 minutes to go in the match, Cardenas floats in another score, and this will tie the game at 14. 14, number 14, ties it at 14. What a goal. But moments later, Citrus Valley regains the lead. Guerrera with another goal. CV goes on top, 15-14, with less than 3 minutes to play, and Citrus Valley would get on a pretty good run to close out this match. Number 15, Ashley Sorrell, the goal there for the Blackhawks, and then Cajon Sarah Alexander will get the goal. The Cowgirls battling to the finish, but just too much Blackhawks in this one. They just had a little too much at the end. Guerrera coming up with another goal. In fact, Guerrera had some huge goals in the match, but specifically down the stretch as Citrus Valley wins a thriller at Cajon, 18-15, the final score. So we got some big-time matches still to play in league play, and then the league carousel coming up. So important, meaningful matches coming up for the Cajon girls water polo team. How about some Cajon boys soccer at home? The first place Cowboys taking on Yucaipa in this one, and what a night out there at Cajon.
Let's start this shit aggressive. Kelly, come in, Kelly, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys. Let's go.
Yeah, a picture-perfect night at Cajon High School. Look at that, the sunset, the moon in the background. Let's go. First half, Yucaipa on the attack. Long ball into the box. Could have been big trouble for Cajon, but it wasn't. And then later, Darius Zamora. He's going to dribble inside and check out the shot. It's going to be just wide of the far post. 0-0 at halftime. Fast forward to the second half. And here we go with Cajon. Zamora is going to cross inside, and he's going to find his man, number 15, Javier Curiel, for the goal. Javi knocks it home. The first of 3 goals in the second half as the Cowboys win 3-0 the final score, and they've got sole possession of first place in the CBL. So the 3-0 victory, and now the Cowboys are a half game up on Beaumont in the standings, and guess what? They will play Beaumont head-to-head in CBL play coming up this week. So big time soccer coming up in the CBL. When we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG, we've got some high school hoops. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on your favorite show, Sports Weekly on IEMG.